Welcome back in. Welcome back in. So today we're going to be discussing Javonte Williams and his 2023 fantasy outlook. Now, right now, Javonte Williams is currently being drafted at RB 27 or 72nd overall. Last season, obviously, he only played in 4 games before he tore his ACL, his LCL. Last season, he averaged 11.75 carries per game, 55.6% opportunity share. Real positive was 17.4% target share in the offense. He averaged 10.5 fantasy points per game and 15.8 expected fantasy points. Now, he was just as efficient as we always expected him to be. Now, this is also a small sample size, but he was 7th in yards per out run, 4th in missed tackles forced per attempts, and 21st in yards created per touch. Now, this is a small sample size, but we can go back to 2021 and look at how he did there. Among 52 running backs with 90 plus carries in 2021, he ranked 21st in PFF rushing grade, 5th in PFF's elusive rating, and 12th in NFL's next gen stats, rushing yards over expected per attempt. Now, obviously, they added Samaje Perine. It's likely going to eat into some of Javonte Williams' workload. But listen, the elephant in the room, the big elephant in the room is the injury that he's coming off of. And all offseason, all we have heard about Javonte Williams is, oh, I'm avoiding him because look at J.K. Dobbins. Look at J.K. Dobbins. Well, I'm here to tell you, stop. It is time to stop comparing this to J.K. Dobbins. It is not the same. J.K. Dobbins had multiple setbacks. He had to have another surgery. He wasn't even cleared for training camp like Javonte Williams was. Javonte Williams started practicing in OTAs, and it blew everybody away. Nobody was expecting him to be ready by OTAs, and he was out there doing work in OTAs. Now, fast forward to training camp, and he is out there practicing. He has already been cleared for contact. This is a completely different situation than J.K. Dobbins. Let's stop that comparison and get out of here with that, okay? It is not something we should be bringing up. Is there a risk of re-injury? Absolutely. Is there the chance of something that we always talk about with running backs that they tend to not perform as well in the earlier weeks of the season, especially starting out? Yes, those are all valid concerns. But his ADP reflects that. Coming off the board at RB 27 or 72nd overall, ask yourself, if Javonte Williams was completely healthy, where would you be drafting him? You'd be drafting him probably as a top 10 running back, top 12 running back, right? Especially with the addition of Sean Payton as the offensive, Joe Lombardi as the offensive coordinator. I mean, there's a lot to like here with this offense, and we'll get into some of that here in a second. But Javonte Williams is 7 months and 9 days out from surgery, which is a great sign. We've already seen him in camp. He's doing jump cutting off his right leg, and which is something that one of the biggest things that we need to see is the straight line stuff doesn't matter. It's the cutting is really that matters, but he's already doing it. And so he is way, way ahead. It has been miraculous to see this. Now, some other things to really like with Javonte Williams and just this situation as a whole is the fact that they've really went out and they upgraded this offensive line this offseason. They added Mike McGlinchey and Ben Powers through free agency. You also had last year Garrett Bowles, who missed the final 12 games. Now, this offensive line wasn't awful, even in comparison last year. They were 20th in adjusted line yards. They were 14th in power rank. PFF ranked them 18th in terms of pass blocking efficiency, and they were 15th in run blocking efficiency. Now, this season, added upgrades that they have had to this offensive line. This offensive line could be absolutely elite. PFF has ranked them as 11th overall, and they're not the only ones. Plenty of other publications have done the same thing. This offensive line is going to be really, really good this year. And not to mention the fact of the Sean Payton and Joe Lombardi effect and some of the numbers here. Since Sean Payton has been a head coach for 15 seasons, in 7 of those seasons, his running back groups have scored 100 more half-point PPR points than the league average. Half-point PPR points more than the league average in 12 of the 15 seasons. Now, even if you're just talking about, okay, well, that's as a group. What about the RB1s? 12 running backs have finished in the top 15 and half-point PPR per games average in 15 years. 5 times one of those running backs has finished in the top 5. And since 2017, I might add as well, with Sean Payton, the running back target shares has never been worse than 5th. And 4 of those 5 seasons, it's been 2nd or better. So there is so much to like here in terms of just this offensive skill set and just the situation here overall, right? I think overall, when you look at Javonte Williams, yes, there's injury risk, but it's being baked in already. We shouldn't be double counting what happened to Javonte Williams and his injury, right? Because that's what people are going to try to do. Yes, his ADP is inevitably going to rise with all the positive news that's coming out, but I don't think it's going to rise to some crazy situation where he's going in like the 3rd round all of a sudden. That's not going to happen. So even if he rises, let's say to the 5th round, I am to the point now with everything that we've seen that I am perfectly okay with drafting him. Even if he starts out slow and they work in Samaje Perine as well, I'm still okay with taking him because those final 12 weeks, he could be an absolute league-winning running back. I was hesitant to do this because when the years first started, after all this, I was very much out on Javonte Williams because of the significance of the injury, a lot of the news that we were getting early in the offseason, especially like February, March timeframes. But everything has been thrown out the window with everything that has happened since OTAs. With him practicing, that shocked everybody. And now he's been fully cleared for contact. He is going to be ready to go week one. There's absolutely nothing we should be worried about when it comes to injuries. And I think he should be somebody that we look at as a league winning type upside because that's what he has. Everything is there. The situation, the offensive situation with Sean Payton, what he brings to the table, just how good Javonte Williams has been in his career, and then everything else. The offensive line is as good as it looks. It's just check, 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 check. I think Javonte Williams is going to be the lead back in this backfield. I think you can expect a reasonable target share for him as well. He's a terrific pass catching running back out of the backfield. Yes, Samaje Perine will mix in. He might be utilized a little bit more early on the season, but considering where he's being drafted, all that risk is already being baked in. So draft Javonte Williams. I'm calling it now. He's going to be a league winner in 2023. Hit that like and subscribe button for future content. Also, let us know in the comment section below. Are you drafting Javonte Williams? Are you in? Are you out? We'll see you on the next one. Bye.